Have you noticed your legs don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe climbing a flight of stairs suddenly feels like a workout, or standing up from the couch isn't as effortless as before. It can be frustrating, even scary, when you start feeling that weakness creeping in. But here's the shocking part most people don't realize. It's not just aging. In fact, there are hidden mistakes many seniors make every single day that quietly drain their leg strength and independence. And if you keep making these mistakes, you could be setting yourself up for falls, hospital visits, and even losing the freedom to live life on your own terms. But if you avoid them, if you take action now, you can stop leg weakness, rebuild strength, and keep moving with confidence. So stick with me, because what I'm about to share could be absolutely life-changing for your health, your energy, and your future. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'm just getting older, that's why my legs feel weak"? If so, you're not alone. Millions of seniors think the same way. But here's the truth. Weakness isn't an automatic part of aging. Yes, our bodies change, but research shows that up to 70% of muscle loss after 50 is linked to lifestyle factors, not age itself. That means it's not too late. You can take control, and today we're uncovering the biggest mistakes to avoid if you want to keep your legs strong and steady. Now, before we jump in, let me ask you, have you ever had that moment when your knee buckled or you felt a sudden wobble when walking? Did it scare you? Drop a comment below if you've ever had that close call, because sharing your experience might help someone else realize they're not alone. And while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important health tips like this one. Trust me, your legs will thank you. The first hidden mistake is skipping resistance training. So many seniors rely only on walking for exercise, thinking it's enough. And yes, walking is wonderful for your heart and overall mobility. But here's the catch. Walking does very little to build muscle strength. It keeps what you already have, but it won't stop muscle loss or rebuild what's slipping away. Your legs need real resistance. When you push against weight, whether that's your own body weight, resistance bands, or light dumbbells, you activate your muscle fibers in a way that stimulates growth. Without this, you lose about 1% of muscle every year after 50. That doesn't sound like much, but over a decade, that's a shocking 10%. Can you imagine trying to walk, climb stairs, or even get out of bed with 10% less muscle? That's why resistance training isn't optional, it's essential. Now you might be wondering, but isn't resistance training dangerous at my age? Great question. The answer is no, not when done correctly. You don't need to bench press heavy weights like an athlete. Simple chair squats, standing calf raises, or leg extensions with a resistance band are incredibly effective. Just 15-20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week, can dramatically improve leg strength. And here's something fascinating. Studies show seniors who start resistance training can reverse 20 years of muscle loss in as little as 12 weeks. Isn't that mind-blowing? So if you've been avoiding it out of fear, now's the time to reconsider. But resistance training isn't the only hidden mistake. Another one is underestimating the power of protein. Have you ever skipped a meal because you weren't that hungry, or thought a little soup was enough for dinner? Unfortunately, your muscles don't agree. Protein is the building block of muscle, and without enough, your body simply can't repair and strengthen itself. Most seniors eat far less protein than they need, sometimes only 40-50 grams per day, when experts recommend closer to 1.2-1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight for older adults. That means if you weigh 70 kilos, you should be aiming for around 85-100 grams of protein daily. Without that, your muscles will keep shrinking no matter how much you walk or exercise. Think about it this way. If you tried to build a house without enough bricks, what would happen? The walls would be weak, unstable, and eventually collapse. That's exactly what happens to your muscles without protein. So how can you fix this? Include a source of protein at every meal, like eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, chicken, beans, or lentils. Even a glass of milk or a handful of nuts can make a difference. And here's a powerful tip. Spread your protein throughout the day. Your body can only use so much at once. So instead of eating one big protein-heavy dinner, try to have a little at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This gives your muscles a steady supply of fuel all day long. Now, let's talk about another mistake. Ignoring balance and stability training. Have you ever thought, I just need to get stronger, while completely forgetting about balance? Strength is important, but without balance, it's like having a car with a powerful engine but no steering wheel. You need both to stay safe. The shocking truth is that falls are the #1 cause of injury among seniors. And most falls happen because of poor balance, not just weakness. That's why stability exercises are life-saving. Things like standing on one leg while holding onto a chair, heel-to-toe walking, or gentle Tai Chi movements can retrain your nervous system and improve coordination. Just a few minutes a day can dramatically reduce your risk of falling. Here's something many people don't realize. Balance is like a muscle. It gets weaker if you don't use it. If you always sit, always stand the same way, and never challenge your balance, your body forgets how to stabilize. That's why incorporating small balance challenges into your routine is crucial. For example, try brushing your teeth while standing on one leg. It sounds silly, but it's an amazing way to sneak in practice without taking extra time. Now, let's move to another common mistake: neglecting flexibility and joint mobility. Tight hips, stiff knees, or ankles that don't move well can all contribute to leg weakness. Why? Because if your joints don't move through their full range, your muscles can't engage properly. It's like trying to walk with a rusty hinge. It doesn't matter how strong the hinge is, if it's stuck, the door won't open smoothly. That's why stretching and mobility work are essential. Simple hamstring stretches, gentle yoga, or even seated stretches while watching TV can keep your joints healthy and your legs strong. But here's the kicker: doing the wrong type of stretching at the wrong time can actually backfire. Did you know that long static stretches before exercise can temporarily weaken your muscles? That's why it's better to do dynamic movements, like leg swings or marching in place, before activity. Save the longer stretches for after exercise, when your muscles are warm and ready to lengthen safely. I want to pause here and ask you, have you been guilty of skipping stretching because you think it's boring or unnecessary? Be honest, drop a comment below. You'd be surprised how many people avoid it, and yet it could be the missing link in preventing stiffness and weakness. Now let's dive into a sneaky mistake almost no one talks about: poor hydration. Yes, something as simple as not drinking enough water can weaken your legs. Muscles are about 75% water, and dehydration makes them less efficient at contracting and relaxing. It also reduces blood flow, which means less oxygen and nutrients get delivered to your muscles. Have you ever had a sudden cramp in your calf? Often, dehydration is the hidden culprit. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the thirst signal gets weaker with age. So you might not feel thirsty, even when your body desperately needs fluids. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups of water daily, more if you're active or in hot weather. And don't forget electrolytes. Sodium, potassium, and magnesium are essential for muscle function. Even mild dehydration can sap your strength and make you feel sluggish. Some people ask, does coffee or tea count toward hydration? The answer is yes. Despite being mild diuretics, they still provide fluids. But plain water, herbal teas, and broths are the best choices. Just be mindful of sugary drinks or excessive caffeine, which can do more harm than good. Here's another mistake that's often overlooked: ignoring sleep. You might not connect sleep with leg strength, but the truth is, your muscles repair and grow while you sleep. If you're not getting 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep, you're sabotaging your body's recovery. Poor sleep increases cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle tissue. It also lowers growth hormone and testosterone, both of which are critical for muscle maintenance. Have you ever noticed feeling extra weak or wobbly after a bad night's sleep? That's not your imagination, it's science. So prioritize sleep like medicine for your legs. Stick to a regular bedtime, avoid screens before bed, and create a dark, cool, quiet environment to maximize deep sleep. And finally, let's talk about one more mistake for today: sedentary behavior. You can exercise for 30 minutes a day, but if you spend the other 23 hours sitting, your legs will still weaken. Sitting shuts down your glutes, shortens your hip flexors, and reduces circulation in your legs. That's why many people feel stiff and weak after long periods of sitting. The fix? Break up your sitting with mini movement snacks. Stand up and stretch every 30-60 minutes. March in place while watching TV. Or take a short walk around your home. These little bursts of movement keep your muscles engaged and your circulation flowing. Let me ask you this: how many hours a day do you think you spend sitting? Be honest with yourself. Comment below with your guess. You might be shocked at the number once you actually calculate it. Now we've already covered a lot: resistance training, protein, balance, flexibility, hydration, sleep, and avoiding too much sitting. But we're just getting started, because in the next part, we're going to dive even deeper into more surprising mistakes that silently steal your leg strength and independence. Some of these are so common that you probably do them every day without even realizing the damage they cause. And the good news? Once you know what they are, you can easily fix them and start rebuilding your legs right away. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next part, and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when it drops. And if this video is already giving you some aha moments, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and lets me know you want more content like this. Now that we've uncovered some of the biggest daily mistakes that weaken your legs, let's take things even further. Because here's the hard truth. Leg weakness doesn't just sneak up overnight. It builds over years of small habits, hidden deficiencies, and overlooked choices. And the sooner you catch them, the sooner you can reverse the damage. So let's dig deeper into the silent mistakes that could be robbing you of strength, right? Now, mistakes most seniors don't even realize they're making. One of the most surprising mistakes is ignoring vitamin D. Have you ever felt tired, achy, or weak without any obvious reason? Vitamin D deficiency could be the silent culprit. This nutrient isn't just for bones. It plays a direct role in muscle function. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles can't contract properly, leaving you feeling weak, wobbly, or even more prone to falls. Studies show that seniors with low vitamin D levels are twice as likely to experience muscle weakness. The problem? Many older adults spend less time outdoors, and the skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight with age. So if you rarely get outside, or live in a place with limited sun, you may already be deficient without knowing it. So what can you do? First, get your levels checked. A simple blood test can reveal if you're low. If you are, talk to your doctor about supplementation. The general recommendation for older adults is 800 to 2000 IU per day, but your exact needs depend on your body and health status. And don't forget food sources. Fatty fish like salmon, fortified milk, and egg yolks are all helpful. Pairing vitamin D with calcium is especially powerful since calcium strengthens bones while vitamin D supports the muscles around them. Together, they create a foundation for strength and balance. Now let me ask you, do you take vitamin D regularly, or is it something you've overlooked? Drop a comment below, because I'm curious how many of you already prioritize this vital nutrient. Another hidden mistake is not addressing circulation. Poor blood flow to your legs doesn't just cause cold feet. It starves your muscles of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this can lead to cramping, weakness, and slower recovery. And here's a shocking fact. Peripheral artery disease, or PAD, affects 1 in 5 seniors over 65, but most people don't even know they have it. Symptoms like leg pain while walking, numbness, or slow healing wounds are all warning signs. But even without PAD, sitting too long, smoking history, or uncontrolled blood pressure can all restrict circulation. How do you fight this? Movement is the #1 fix. Even gentle exercises like ankle circles, heel raises, or walking can boost blood flow. Compression socks can also help by preventing blood from pooling in your lower legs. And don't forget nutrition. Foods rich in nitrates, like beets and leafy greens, can improve blood vessel function, while omega-3 fatty acids from fish reduce inflammation in your arteries. A small daily habit, like drinking beet juice or adding spinach to your meals, can have a surprisingly powerful effect on your circulation and leg strength. Now here's a sneaky one, relying too much on painkillers. I know, when your knees or hips ache, it's tempting to pop a pill and keep going. But masking the pain without addressing the cause can actually make leg weakness worse. Why? Because when pain is dulled, you may push yourself into movements that strain already weak muscles or unstable joints. On top of that, long-term use of some medications, like corticosteroids or even certain statins, can contribute to muscle breakdown. This doesn't mean you should stop your medication. It means you need to be aware, ask your doctor questions, and balance pain management with strengthening strategies. Let me ask, have you ever noticed your legs feeling weaker after starting a new medication? If so, it might not be your imagination. Drop a comment if this has happened to you, because it's something more people need to talk about. Here's another mistake almost no one considers: ignoring nerve health. Your muscles don't just move on their own. They rely on nerve signals from your brain and spinal cord. If those signals are slow, weak, or blocked, your muscles can't function at full strength. Conditions like diabetes, B12 deficiency, or neuropathy all damage nerves, leading to weakness, tingling, or numbness in the legs. That's why protecting your nerves is just as important as protecting your muscles. So what helps? For one, Keeping blood sugar under control is crucial if you're diabetic. Second, make sure you're getting enough vitamin B12, which is essential for nerve insulation. Deficiency is surprisingly common in seniors, especially if you take acid-reducing medications. Foods like meat, fish, dairy, or B12 supplements can help. And don't forget movement. Exercise stimulates blood flow to nerves and keeps them healthy. Now let's move to a lifestyle mistake that creeps in slowly: poor posture. You might not connect posture with leg weakness, but they're closely linked. When you slouch, tilt forward, or lean on one hip while standing, your muscles don't engage properly. Over time, your glutes, hamstrings, and calves weaken because they're not being used the way they should. It's like driving a car with the wheels out of alignment. The wear and tear builds up silently until something breaks. A simple fix is awareness. Each time you stand, think: shoulders back, core engaged, weight evenly distributed on both legs. Even when sitting, keep your feet flat on the floor and avoid crossing your legs for long periods. And here's a small exercise. Practice standing against a wall with your heels, hips, shoulders, and head touching. Hold for 30 seconds. This resets your posture and retrains your muscles to align correctly. Another mistake? Skipping ankle and foot strength. Most people focus on thighs and calves but forget the foundation: the feet and ankles that carry your entire body. Weak ankles mean poor stability, slower reactions, and higher fall risk. Simple exercises like toe curls, ankle circles, or picking up marbles with your toes can dramatically improve strength. And walking barefoot on safe surfaces like carpet or grass engages foot muscles that shoes often keep dormant. Now let's address something sensitive but important: carrying extra weight. Extra pounds put enormous strain on your knees, hips, and ankles. Over time, this accelerates joint wear and muscle fatigue, making your legs feel weaker. The good news? Even small weight loss can create huge benefits. Research shows that losing just 10 pounds relieves 40 pounds of pressure from your knees with every step. Isn't that incredible? That means a little progress goes a long way in restoring your mobility. Of course, weight loss isn't easy, especially as metabolism slows with age. But focusing on nutrient-dense foods, lean proteins, vegetables, whole grains, while cutting back on processed sugar and refined carbs can help. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Each pound you drop is like lifting a weight off your joints and giving your muscles new life. Here's something even more surprising: negative self-talk. Yes, your mindset can literally make your legs weaker. When you constantly think, "I'm too old for this," or "my legs are done," your brain stops sending strong signals to your muscles. This phenomenon is called the nocebo effect, and it's the opposite of the placebo effect. Your body follows the script you feed it, but when you shift your mindset and believe, "I can get stronger," your brain boosts motor signals to your muscles, making your training more effective. This isn't just motivational fluff. It's backed by neuroscience. So here's a question. Do you catch yourself saying negative things about your body? If so, challenge that thought today. Replace it with one empowering phrase like, "I'm getting stronger each day." You'd be amazed at how your body responds when your mind leads the way. Now let's talk about footwear. Wearing the wrong shoes can quietly sabotage your leg strength. Shoes that are too soft, too tight, or lacking support alter the way you walk, throwing off your alignment and weakening key muscles. Seniors often choose ultra-cushioned shoes for comfort, but overly soft soles can reduce stability. On the flip side, stiff or worn-out shoes don't allow your feet to move naturally. The solution? Well-fitting, supportive shoes with firm soles that still allow flexibility. And remember, replacing shoes regularly is key. Most lose their support after 300–500 miles of use, even if they look fine on the outside. Another sneaky mistake is avoiding challenges. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'll just take the elevator," or "I'll let someone else carry that"? Of course, it's good to be cautious, but constantly avoiding challenges robs your legs of the stress they need to stay strong. Muscles adapt to the demands placed on them. If you always choose the easiest route, your legs gradually lose resilience. But when you embrace small challenges, like taking the stairs when safe, standing from a lower chair, or carrying light groceries, you signal to your body, "Stay strong, I need you." That signal is powerful. Now, here's one final but critical mistake: waiting too long to act. Too many seniors think, "I'll start strengthening later," or "I'll fix it when it gets worse." But the longer you wait, the harder it is to rebuild. Muscle loss accelerates with age, and falls often come without warning. The best time to start protecting your legs is right now, before it's too late. Don't wait for a serious wake-up call. Even the smallest step you take today, a short walk, a few squats, a healthy meal, can set you on a new trajectory of strength and independence. So, let me ask you, out of all these mistakes, which one surprised you the most? Was it vitamin D, circulation, footwear, or maybe the role of mindset? Comment below and let's start a conversation. Your answer might inspire someone else watching this right now. And if you've made it this far, give yourself credit. It means you care about your health, your strength, and your future. Remember, you're not powerless. By avoiding these mistakes and making small but consistent changes, you can rebuild your legs, regain your confidence, and keep doing the things you love. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps more seniors discover life-changing health tips. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could protect your strength and independence. Share this with a friend or family member who might need it. Sometimes one simple change is all it takes to prevent a fall or regain mobility. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, your best years can still be ahead of you if you take action today.